That's a free drink.
Hi, I'm Abby.
And I'm Amy. And this is the AA meeting. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone.
Morgan Freeman's back in the studio this week.
He is.
Not as bad, but
How's
he's
he
here.
feeling?
A bit raspy, a bit sore.
Right.
But he'll be right.
He'll be right.
Yeah.
Kicking on, he is.
He is. He's here to stay. He's here to play.
Oh,
He's here to have a good
go
time.
hard or go home.
That's it. That's the attitude we have today.
That is the attitude we have today.
Absolutely.
Lovely. Well, I think we should just jump straight into the deep end.
Just get straight into
Floaties
it.
off, straight
in the thick of it.
Yeah, head first.
Head first.
Nice.
Maybe a flip on the way down.
Ooh. Oh, let's just go full like body slam, like just
belly flop. Yeah,
belly
nice.
flop.
Let's
not
belly
body
flop
slam.
into the intro.
Let's just belly flop into this bitch. All right.
Roll the intro.
Roll the intro.
Welcome to my up home. I'm Lou Shorty. These my hoes. This is how we run this shit. Piss Olympics. Let's go.
All right, so big week for the AA this week.
Big week.
Very exciting week, actually. This is our first ever brand collaboration this week.
Woo!
Woohoo! We're moving up in the world, hey?
We are, guys.
My goodness. So this week we're partnering with Gune. Right here to my left if you're watching on YouTube.
Wouldn't want to have it any other way. That's good.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So it's pretty much cask wine, like goon.
Yeah, cask wine. So it's a sack of goon.
But fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy. Why is it
fancy goon?
Amy?
So they put just like flavouring in it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it tastes nice.
Yeah. It's nice goon. And I know what you're thinking. That doesn't freaking exist. Don't lie to me. No. Dead set. We've got it here.
Yeah. Ready? Ting ting.
Ting ting. Cheers.
Lovely. Sippy
In
from
a nice
straw.
wine glass because we like to pretend that we have class.
You know what? We literally got these glasses out of the box and like the styrofoam for this.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We went all out.
Yeah.
But yeah, goon. Fancy goon. So if you're over 18,
Yes.
very important,
Yeah.
and you'd like to check it out, give it a go. All of their stockists can be found in a list on their website, which is www.goone.wine. So GOONE.
Yes,
Sorry, I can't speak
.wine.
today.
And then they have Instagram, TikTok, which is the same thing, goone.wine.
Yeah. Cool. So please check it out.
Yeah.
Have a good time. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, so Abby, we had a week this week.
It was a weird week,
It was a
guys.
strange one.
So,
Do you want to tell us what happened?
Started off with a bang.
Mm.
Look, I will admit that this was my fault and I did have a big screw up. But I'm so grateful that Amy has like forgiven me. Not that you were even mad at me.
No, I
We
thought it was funny.
funny. Okay. So last week in the rush and the struggle of trying to quickly edit and upload the podcast, last week I was on audio, so we like rotate each week.
Yeah.
And I edited the whole thing, but then I uploaded the uncut version onto Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, like Pocket Cast, whatever. I uploaded it everywhere.
Everywhere.
The unedited version.
Because essentially we upload the audio to an RSS feed and it distributes it to all of the things that we're
Yes.
with. And the only reason we found out that the wrong version was up is because one of our lovely friends that listens in sent us a message being like, hey guys, I don't know if you know, but I think you've uploaded the
And you know
wrong
what's
one.
crazy is she wasn't the first, okay? Oh no, she was the first, but the first of many.
She wasn't the only,
to message us saying that we've uploaded the wrong thing, which we didn't realise until a couple of hours after.
No, it had been up for 9, 10, 11, 2.5 hours before we noticed.
So sorry about that.
We exposed ourselves a little bit. Just so now, like, if you happen to catch that, apparently 25 people heard it before we took it down. So if you happen to catch it, you now know that there's a lot that goes into the BTS here.
Yeah, there's a lot of BTS that like happens. There's also a lot of us stopping because I've lost my train of thought or something like that.
Sometimes I think we like forget that we're doing this and we'll just start having a chat about things that we can't
conversation and then like we put our mics down and we keep chatting like, oh my God, because it's just like we're hanging out with you guys, but then we just start hanging out with each other and then Yeah, we did also give ourselves a pep talk
at the start.
In the beginning.
And we never do that.
That was the first week we ever gave ourselves a pep talk, and we're doing it into the mics and everything. And that's the first thing that you hear. So like all these people would have clicked on it to listen to like the podcast for the week, and it's just us going, all right, this is going to be the best podcast yet. Like,
yeah.
We got it. Like, oh my God. It's
no
so,
cuts
I'm
this
cringing.
week. Oh, it's so bad. So embarrassing.
So that was an epic start to the week.
It really was. That's so funny. What can you do? You look, Hannah Montana herself says, nobody makes mistakes. We don't claim to be perfect.
Mistakes.
Oh, nobody. Did I say nobody?
Yes.
Well, exhibit A.
Nobody makes mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
We don't claim to be perfect.
Exactly.
You know, we have our days.
Yeah. And technical difficulties is like literally that should be in our like name description.
Oh, for sure.
We can't get things right sometimes.
No. I don't reckon we've had a smooth week once.
Yeah. There's always one hiccup at least. And that's not due to anything with you guys. That's just due to the fact that we're like...
Yeah. We just have no idea what we're doing.
Idea what's going
I don't know
on.
if it's noticeable, but one week I actually deleted the whole audio file. The whole thing. We couldn't find it. It was terrible.
And we weren't even like that stressed. We were just sitting here going, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's gone. Okay.
What are we going to do now? Oh, so bad. Anyway,
so how was your week? That was
my week. Well, I mean, I shared it with you, but I do have another story though that Abby doesn't know yet that I wanted to save to tell you on the podcast. This is something that happened to me on the weekend. So I went out for a 21st in Wollongong.
Yeah, down south in the Gong. See, we're going to keep this stuff in now, guys. Yeah, just exactly. So you know.
It's more natural. It's more raw. So I went out for a 21st and we ended up at, well, first we tried to go to the Harp. If you know Wollongong well, then you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we didn't get let in there, so we went to...
Why didn't you get let in?
Because my boyfriend has a mullet and they have a no mullets policy. Yep. And same with his friend. It was two of them and I was standing there with them. Everyone else was already in and the guy was like, I'm sorry guys, like no mullets. And I was like, what if they tie up their mullets and have man buns? He was like, nope, can't do it. Anyway, so the three of us left.
Yeah.
We went to the Illawarra Hotel. I'm going to tell you the security guard's name that's going to be in this story because I want him to be exposed on the internet.
Right.
I had a run-in with a security guard.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Amy versus the seccy.
Yeah. So... First of all, we lined up for 40 minutes to get in, right? It was Mardi Gras weekend, so everywhere was packed. We stood in line for 40 minutes. No one is pissed by the time they get to the front of a 40-minute line, right? Like, everyone would have sobered up. Wouldn't matter how drunk I was when I got there. And, like, I was having a good time, but I wasn't messy. Anyway, I get to the front of the line. Firstly, because you have to scan the QR code to get in everywhere.
Yeah.
And usually they like you to, like, show the QR code on your phone and show your ID at the same time just to make their job faster, you know? So, the group in front of me had already scanned there. So I was standing in the front of the two other people I was with. And so I leaned forward to scan the QR code. And he looks at me and he goes, excuse me, can you slow the F down? The security guard. And I was a bit like, okay, well, he's having a bad night, you know? So I was like, oh, sorry. Like, I was just trying to make your job easier. Ha, ha, ha. Like, kind of played it off. Thought nothing of it. Got over it, whatever. Anyway, so then I hand my ID to there was two security guards standing at the front of this line. I hand my ID to the other security guard. He looks at it and goes, oh, you're going to have to go with, like, he hands it to his mate, the one that just swore at me, and was like, can you take her over to the side? And he looks at me and he was like, can you go over there with him? He just wants to ask you a few questions. This isn't my first rodeo, okay? I know that I look young. So, like, this isn't the first time I've been asked for other forms of ID or I've been asked to step out of line. That's fine. So I walk over and first he goes, how many drinks have you had tonight? We have that whole conversation. And then he starts asking me questions about my ID, like what's your address, what's your name, blah, blah, blah.
And also, like, just to put it out there, I have this as well, but Amy and I both have Queensland driver's licenses.
Yeah.
And then, like, obviously here we live in New South Wales, so they're completely different colour, everything.
And
so they do find it hard to see the age and stuff. So generally, like, they even ask me sometimes, like, what's your age or where's the date of birth?
Yeah. And I did say to him, because I did think that usually I'm with other people with Queensland licenses, so it looks more legit. But both of the people I was with from New South Wales. Yeah. So I said to him, I was like, it's a Queensland license. I'm originally from the Gold Coast. Start telling me my life story because I was like, this will seem legit. Anyway, which it is legit. Obviously, I just turned 21. Anyway, and he goes, oh, I'm going to have to see another form of ID. And as a joke, again, because I was trying to make this man feel better, I was like, oh, mate, I can probably show you 5. And he goes, I want to see 6. And I thought he was kidding. So I laughed and I was like, okay, well, what do you want? Like, I've got bank cards, I've got emails with my name on it, I've got other cards. Like, what would you like to see? Like, and he was like, miss, if you don't show me 6 different forms of ID in the next 30 seconds, I'm not letting you into my club.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. Anyway,
Gave him
I know, it gets worse.
the
Wait
key
for
to
this.
the castle.
It gets worse. So then I've got my handbag on my shoulder. Thank God. I never usually take my handbag.
No,
right?
normally you have your phone and it has your ID and your bank card.
And that's it. But I had my whole bag with me. So I pull out my wallet. I handed him 2 bank cards. I had my old Woolworths loyalty card that doesn't work anymore, but it has my name on it from when I worked there.
Like a student ID or something?
I gave him a student ID. I gave him...
what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, and then I gave him my learner's permit license because I still have that. I gave him my P's license because I still have that. And he had my original ID.
7.
So he's holding 7 cards in his hand, right? And then he was like, oh, I'm going to have to confer with my mate. Pulls the original security guard over.
Yeah.
And shows him and goes, oh, she's just given me all of this. Do you think it's legit? And by this point, I was like,
are you
okay,
fucking kidding
now
me?
they're just looking for someone to like pick on. Like they just wanted to make their night more exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, the other guy laughs. And so I was like, I don't even care if they don't let me in. Like, this is ridiculous. And so I was like, are you guys kidding me? Like, it was my 21st the other week. Would you like to see photos? My family was here from the Gold Coast, as you can tell by my ID. Like, I can show you photos if you like.
Amy, you don't chat back to seckies.
But they were deliberately being rude,
yeah,
you know?
I know.
Anyway, he looks at me and I think he could tell, like, okay, he's taking it a bit far. They were there laughing because he's holding 7 different forms of my ID. Obviously, it's legit. Anyway, he looks back at me and he goes, are you going to cause any issues if I let you in tonight? And I was like, what's your name? And he goes, Jerry. Jerry, if you're watching, I have a bone to pick with you. He goes,
let's
Jerry.
report him after this. I'm mad for
I told
you.
my mum and mum was like, you need to like file a complaint because that's like not nice to, anyway, I go, Jerry, do I look like the kind of person that's going to walk in there and swing a punch? Like, I'm a 5'2" white blonde female. Like, what am I going to do? Anyway, he answered back to me and was like, all right, have a good night. And I walked in. I was so mad. Like, he literally would have been standing there and he made eye contact with me earlier when I was in the line too. I reckon he literally was like, I'm bored. I need someone to pick on. Like, and I know that I look young. I get that. And people say it to me all the time as if it's like news, like as if they're the first.
You don't know that.
Yeah. People are always like, do you know that you look 14? I'm like, oh no, thoughts never crossed my mind. Thank you.
I get annoyed when people ask me. I'm like, no, she's 21.
And it happens like every day, like at least once a day. If I leave the house, someone will say it to me. I understand. And most of the time people don't mean it in a malicious way. That's fine. But when people like try and make me feel like shit.
It's like when people are really tall, like 6'6", they go, whoa, you're tall.
Yeah, as if they don't know.
Yeah, as if that person's like, am I?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it just like, if they're just being nice about it, it's fine. But when people like try to like, I don't know, make me feel terrible or like.
That's like, it's, don't take it to heart.
No,
that's
no,
the
I
secchi.
know.
Like some security guards, like they think that they are the next best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like security guards are just people who didn't make it as like cops.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they didn't get in to be like anything higher than that.
Yeah.
No offense, but like it's generally the truth.
Yeah.
Like, and they have this tiny bit of authority or a tiny bit of power and absolutely like abuse the crap out of it. And it's ridiculous. Like, that is a ridiculous story.
I know.
And I reckon, like, I'm sorry that happened to you, Ames. And like, you know what? If I was there, I would have gone off and I probably wouldn't have gotten let in because of your situation, but you would have got let. Like I would have been so mad for you.
Well, that's the only reason I started lipping off too. Like I would never, I'm not one for confrontation ever. I would never say anything like that. But I was standing there going, okay, now they're literally like, they're laughing at me. Like they're just trying to make a joke out of it. It's ridiculous. And it was such a power trip thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just to prove that he could, you know? Oh, I want to see 6 in the next 30 seconds.
God.
That's ridiculous. Stuff you,
Thank
Jerry.
God you had 6.
Yeah, thank God I had everything with me because he wasn't going to let me in otherwise. I don't reckon.
You should have asked for his like security ID number.
I didn't even because
they have it on their ID.
Yeah, I know. To be fair, like at the time I didn't realize how bad it was because I was like, oh, this is so silly. Like, and I'd like kind of like gotten up in a bit, but like then I walked inside and I was like, oh my God, I can't
What
believe
did the
that just
boys
happened.
say?
Well, so they were standing behind me and the other security guard was there like, go inside. And they were like, we're not leaving her
out here by herself.
Yeah. And he was like, if you don't go inside, then we're not letting any of you in, like blah, blah, blah. And they were like, what the heck? Anyway, when we walked out I know. When we walked out, he was standing like right at the exit and I walked out and I turned right and started walking. And then Blake walked out behind me and was like, oh, Amy, we're going this way. And I'd stopped right in front of this security guard. And I was like, did you hear that? Amy. And then walked away. I was like, stuff you. I never want to come back here. Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Anyway.
Let's report Jerry.
Let's. All together.
Everyone. Could you imagine like everyone who like listens and watches reports? Oh my God.
It's so bad.
Guys, report Jerry
Please.
who works at, what is it?
The Illawarra Hotel.
Illawarra Hotel down in Wollongong.
Yeah. Not a fan. And
We're all in this together.
we are.
Yeah.
Because I said it to mum and mum was like, you need to report it because what if like he's done this to a lot of people? Like what if he's always rude?
You leaning over for that QR code would have like struck a chord with him being like, who does she think? Why is she doing that? And then he would have been like, oh, she looks a little young. Oh, I'm going to give her a hard time.
Yeah. I was trying to make his job easier. Usually they like you to have it all ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm not holding up the line. Everyone behind me's been waiting for 40 minutes. Like, anyway, moving on. I'm getting riled up now.
Yeah, I'm angry.
I need a sip.
Oh, sippy sip. Oh, that was a pout.
Moving on from that, because now I'm getting mad, there was another thought that I had on Saturday night before I met he who shall not be named, who I already named. Anyway.
Apart from the Jerry with the belly mishap.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, so there was one other thing that happened that night that I wanted to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
Before I met him.
Hit me with it. God, I mean, like, feels like I'm being hit by a truck.
I know, I've got so much going on.
Yeah, go.
So I was thinking about it and I was like, we should talk about our drunk habits. And I mean that because, okay, I have this drunk habit. Quite often when I am under the influence of alcohol, I will, for some reason, a part of my brain goes, you know what would be a good idea right now? FaceTime your dog. And I did it the other night. I FaceTime Charlie. Like I'll FaceTime my parents and be like, while I'm drunk,
why was I thinking that you were FaceTime your dog? Like your dog had his own little FaceTime account. Okay.
No.
You FaceTime your parents.
Yeah, I'll FaceTime my parents and be like, can you please put Charlie on? And then they just hold him there while I talk to him and go, I love you so much.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
I don't
done
think
it more
I've
than
ever
once.
been with you and you've done that.
I think I like usually, well, I wouldn't do it in the middle of the dance floor, but I did it the other night. And then if it's like late at night and I'm like, oh, my parents will be asleep, I'll just go to the bathroom and look at photos of him. And that's my drunk habit. And I didn't realize till the other night. I was like, this isn't the first time this has happened.
That's your drunk habit.
That's my drunk habit.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have one?
You know what? When you brought this up, I was like, what do you mean by drunk habit? Just something that I do when I'm drunk? And I was like, I don't know, yell. Like, or just like, I'm just like a more exaggerated version of myself. So I'm just like very, very loud. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, God, what do I do when I'm drunk? I talk with a British accent.
You do?
Yeah.
A lot. Oh my gosh. Remember that time we were at Newtown and you were trying to convince some British guy that you were also British?
Yeah, okay. So what happens is I get a couple bevies in me. You wait, by the end of the podcast, I'm going to be British. But specifically, I talk in the accent that they have in like Love Island and like the full Essex.
Yeah, right.
Like that kind of
Geordie Shore.
Geordie Shore accent.
Yeah, right.
Like that accent. And I don't know, it just like comes from
within.
It just happens. And I like to like pretend when I'm in the line, like waiting for places and I'm talking to people in the line, I start talking with an accent to my friends. And then other people on the line turn around, they go, are you from Britain? Or like, where are you from? And I literally am like, oh yes, I just moved. Oh no, I can't say that. No, but then I'll like talk to them and trying to convince them that I'm from like somewhere in like Britain or whatever, you know? And then like I even do it in the bathrooms. I'm talking to you guys or like other people and I'm like, where are you guys from? And stuff like that. And then they're all like, oh my gosh, are you British? I'm like, oh yes, love, I am.
That's so funny.
Literally. And then actually, I only just remember that when you brought that up. This one time we were in Newtown and I was talking in a British accent, right? But you know what's fun is that you guys do it as well sometimes.
Yeah, it used to be a big thing for a while.
You'll phase in with me, but
I think it's
it's
contagious.
Yeah, I won't drop it. Like I'll keep talking in it. Anyway, I'm talking in it, and this dude like turns around and goes, like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, okay, like here we go. Ready for like my Oscar-worthy performance. Start telling him like where I'm from. I always say I'm from Ipswich and stuff like that. And then he was like, where in Ipswich? And I was like, oh, you wouldn't know, and all this stuff like that. Anyway, he literally like looked at me after me going on for like 5 minutes and he goes, "Love, I lived in England for 10 years and your accent is bullshit." And I literally looked at him in the eyes and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm actually from the Gold Coast."
That's so funny. How did you not realize it? Did he have an accent?
No, like he kind of did, but it wasn't full British. Like
Right.
he must have, I don't know, lived in Australia and then
Yeah,
like moved
right.
to Britain and like picked up a little bit of an accent or whatever and then
That
like
is
came back
so
over
funny.
or whatever. But he literally was like, "Your accent is bullshit." And I was like, "Oh God." I was like, "It is bullshit and I'm so sorry."
That's so funny. You do that a lot actually
Yeah.
now that I think about it. The
Yeah.
British accent comes out.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I don't know why. What's your drunk habit?
Yeah, please let us know.
Can
if
you let
have
us
one.
know? Like, that's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not even a concept that occurred to me until the other night.
Yeah. And you know what's funny about accents is that a lot of people have actually been commenting on our TikToks, tagging their friends and stuff, being like, "Whoa, their accent is wild." And
Oh,
like,
really?
And they were commenting stuff like, "Can you say this word?" And, "Oh my God, imagine if they said this word, like without accents."
Yeah.
Because like obviously our TikToks have been like reaching more international like viewers and stuff. And then actually we got a few comments the other day on some of our TikToks, tagging their friends, like these randoms, and they're like, "I can't even understand one word these girls are saying."
That's so funny.
Because of our accent.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think like obviously everyone who's lived with their accent their entire life doesn't think they have one.
No.
But I think that we definitely even talk differently to our friends who live in Sydney.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because we're from Queensland.
Yeah.
So a little bit more north. And it's like a little bit more, for lack of a better word, like bogany. I definitely think mine is. Yours is like kind of posh. But if you listen to people who, like our friends who like have been born in Sydney and live in Sydney, they talk so different to how we talk.
That's true. And it's even like if you meet someone from like South Australia and they say like dance.
Yeah, they're
and
posh
stuff like
down
that.
there. They say almond milk.
Almond
It's almond milk.
Almond milk dance. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry if you can't understand us.
We're trying our best.
We really are. Anyway. Amy.
Yes, Abby.
The other day, I was scrolling on TikTok.
As you do.
As I do every single day. It's a
Regularly.
part of my like life routine now.
Yeah.
Is to have a couple of hours on TikTok. And I saw this TikTok about your spine and like what it looks like in a particular sleeping position.
Right.
Okay. And I was intrigued because that's the position that I sleep in, and they basically were saying that that's like the worst position for your spine and stuff like that.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, yep, that makes sense. I'm not going to change it, but that makes sense for like my postural issues or whatever."
Yeah.
And so then it got me thinking, like, what does your sleeping position say about you?
Yeah,
Right?
I agree with
And because there's
everything
so
you've
many
said.
different ways to sleep.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have a go-to position,
Yeah.
right? Where you might get in bed and you're kidding yourself, trying to, maybe I'll lie like this, maybe I'll lie like this. But if you go into your position, then you're out like a light.
Yeah.
Like that happens to me. Like I'll be like, maybe I'll lie in this position.
Yeah.
And then I'm just saying to myself, I'm just kidding myself. I'm going to hop into this position because I will fall asleep.
I find it so interesting too, seeing like how, like, you know, you have a sleepover or whatever and you see how other people sleep and I go, that's strange.
Yeah, that's new.
Suspicious.
Right.
That's weird.
So what are the different kinds of sleeping positions and what do they say about you?
We have actually compiled the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to kick it off, Abby?
Yeah. So the first one is just the classic, the basic bitch, if you will, you know, sleeping on the side, either like legs bent in a little extended, that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
The
kind
vibe
of the
that you
fetal
see-
position.
Yeah, the vibe
Yeah.
that you see, like the advertisements and stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
even the hands in like the prayer position underneath your cheek
Yeah.
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. The classic sleeping position. And that basically, and you know, there's no excitement there.
No.
Yeah. What does that person probably do with their life?
Absolutely. Well, nothing exciting. Like I reckon they've never felt anything ever, any kind of joy, any kind of excitement.
Right.
So boring. They work a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, they have like a desk job and they're just like going through life. Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But they're just like plodding along.
Coursing through.
Yeah. That's very supporting role energy, if that makes sense. Like,
I agree.
Definitely not main character.
No main
but they're
characters
like
sleep
the
like that.
supporting friend
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. What's the second sleeping position?
Just like the classic,
Yep.
but with a side of leg.
Yeah, a little sprinkle of leg.
Sprinkle, a little bit of spice. So these people,
They're a little more risque.
a little bit, but
Right.
only a little bit.
Because they're in the classic, but they've maybe got a leg hiked up, or maybe
Yeah.
something's a bit different in that classic. Right.
But still not the main character.
no, not at all.
Like we're talking, if there's
Maybe
three
like
people walking on the sidewalk, they're like the third behind.
yeah,
kind
the
of.
third wheel. They're the third wheel.
That's an excellent way to put it.
Yeah, great way to put it. Okay, speaking of third wheels, what's the third sleeping position? Is the death warmed up, okay?
These are the psychos. What the
These
heck?
are the ones that sleep on their back, legs straight, but arms are probably crossed across their chest.
Yeah.
Like arms crossed in the coffin.
Tutankhamun style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these people are getting like a full 8-9 hours sleep like that, like a log.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They probably like plan their sleep cycles and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I reckon, and you did bring it up, like this full psychopath.
Yeah.
Like they bite their ice cream.
Yeah, you know those people, like you have a Kit Kat and you like bite the Kit Kat and don't break it. That's them. Like, you know, you see all those things on
With
Facebook.
a Kit Kat, everyone breaks the Kit Kat. Like
Yeah.
you're supposed to have a break, have a Kit Kat, break
Yeah.
it, right? No, they bite it.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just get like that weird kid in primary school vibes.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm my own best friend.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that
them.
vibe.
like they used
Or
to
full
eat the
psycho.
Play-Doh or some Play-Doh. They used to eat the Play-Doh or some
Yeah. Completely agree.
shit. Next position. Noughts and crossed legs. These people are a little bit fun. So we're talking, you lay on your back, but legs are bent up, like towards knees facing the ceiling.
Yep.
Defying gravity style, and one leg is across the other.
Yep. Or different variations of just legs
Yeah,
in
of
weird positions. Like, you know, maybe your knees are out to the side, your feet are touching, just like weird positions like that with your legs.
Yeah, just ones that don't really make sense.
I reckon that those kind of people like study the arts.
Yeah.
Like they're a bit far left of center.
Mhm. They're the disappointment of the family.
Middle
I'm sorry.
child.
The
They're
middle child.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really get much attention, so they need to express themselves in the way that they sleep.
So funny because we both study the arts. So what are we trying to say?
I don't know.
Neither of us are the middle child though. So
No.
this doesn't count for us.
No, so, and I don't. I only sometimes sleep like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Me too then.
Yeah.
I think. No, I've tried to sleep like that before, but I'll tell you about my position later.
Okay.
Because, yeah, anyway, you'll understand why.
Right.
I think they're also like, either like they're on like a keto diet or like gluten-free, but only sometimes, only when it suits
Yeah, they're
them.
like selectively gluten free.
Yeah.
Points to self.
Yeah.
too.
What's next?
Next one is like the meditation station. Okay. This person is similar to the psychopath, but they're in touch with their feelings, their emotions.
Yeah,
They
they're in a
sleep on their
chakras.
back and they have their palms facing the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like their third eye is open.
Yeah, yeah.
And they probably fall asleep like after 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very calm.
So
Very in
calm.
touch with themselves.
Their middle name is Vegan.
Yeah.
Last name Magic.
Magic. Veganism is magic.
Yeah, literally. I feel like that's quite fair for them.
Yeah. They probably have like a salt lamp next to their bed, you know?
Yes. But they're the type of person that doesn't lick the salt lamp. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They're
yeah.
like, this lamp is for light,
It's for light.
not for spice. Put that on a t-shirt. This lamp is for light, not for spice.
On the merch that'll come in like a year or two.
You guys want merch?
No one wants merch. We just want to make merch for ourselves.
Yeah, I just want to wear the merch, and then people can go to me, oh, where'd you get that? I'm like, oh, this really cool like podcast. Like, you don't know that it's me.
you should look it up.
Yeah, it's really like up and coming. You know what I mean? They just have their first brand collaboration. It's no big deal.
All right, we've got one more. The last one. Mhm.
Oh, jinx.
Jinx.
Okay, the last one's called
No fucks given.
Yeah. So this is any variation of sleeping on your stomach.
Yeah.
Right? Any variation.
You can have one leg up, head to the side,
Yeah.
head to the other side.
Anything on your stomach.
Yeah.
No fucks given.
Mhm.
Right? This person's a life of the
Oh,
party.
yeah. Always there for a good time. Always down for a bevy.
Yeah, always down for a bevy. I feel like they they always have like the best cards in Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah,
like,
always win. Yeah.
Like they're like the funny bitch of the group.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Good on the ox.
Great on the ox.
You want them on the ox.
Yeah, you want them on the ox in the car and at pre's.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
they know how to read the room.
At the party even, because that's a whole step up.
Yeah. Completely agree, right?
Mm.
What else are these people? They
probably have a cool job.
Yeah, something creative.
Yeah.
Maybe like athletic.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like something that's not a common job.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Then there are no accountants that sleep on their stomach.
No,
I'm sure of it.
No.
What position do accountants sleep in?
I feel like an accountant is like a classic.
Yeah,
but
accountants are
maybe
classics.
a classic with a leg. Like if they're an accountant but they hate their job and they want to be like in the social life and stuff.
Yeah.
They're a classic with the leg.
Maybe like, you know, the accountants that like live for Fridays, like they just wait for the drink after
classic
drinks.
with the leg.
That's a classic with the leg.
The spice of the leg. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, I agree. So what are you?
Okay, well, I'm a variation of no fucks given. So I sleep on my stomach.
Yeah.
But I have one leg up. And now this, you're all going to think this is weird, but go try it and I promise it'll change your life. I move. So you know how a pillow is like, you can have it like horizontal?
Yeah, it's a rectangle.
Like it's a rectangle?
Right? Yeah.
I switch it the other way. So it's long ways. And then I sleep. So the pillow goes
so
from
it's
like
long ways kind of like parallel to your torso.
Yeah. And so the bottom of the pillow goes like around where my belly button is and my head is near the top of the pillow and it's going down this way and I hug it. Like I put my arms under and I put one head to the side and then the same leg up that I'm looking at and I hug my pillow and I sleep that way.
Wow.
I know it sounds weird, but go try it. It's very comfortable.
What about when you roll over, or are you not a rolling person?
I think I mostly just like switch legs and heads.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah. But I don't know.
There is some kind of people that are like literally like washing machines. Yeah. Like they will roll and roll and roll the whole night. But that's interesting that you just like, that's like a, God, are you like a cuddler? You're a cuddler sleeper.
Yeah, it's like koala style.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah, like bear hug
kind
of vibes.
But what's yours, Abby?
Okay, so mine is like similar, like I'm a version of the no fucks given.
Of course.
Yeah, obviously. But I like to call mine the death wish.
What?
Okay, so this is like a bonus sleeping position, okay? This is only for the elite with a death wish.
Okay.
So I love sleeping on my stomach, right?
Yeah.
Full stomach, okay, no legs out to the side, fully on my stomach.
Like planking.
Legs straight, I'm planking, yeah. Even my arms are by my side, like fully down. I also like to have my face in the pillow. So my face isn't on either side. Like I don't have a cheek on the pillow. Like my forehead and my nose and my lips is on the pillow.
How do you breathe?
No. Sometimes I wake up and I like gasp because I can't breathe.
Doesn't it get a bit hot in there?
It's nice in winter.
I'm sure it is.
Because I put a hoodie on. But like, no, so...
You put a hoodie on and you have your head down.
Yeah, when it's... Because you know how it gets really cold here? So like I have 12 blankets on my bed and then I literally will wear... Sometimes I've worn leggings and then track pants and then I've worn a long sleeve and a hoodie and I like pull the hoodie up, pull the drawstrings around my face and then face down in the pillow. It's the toastiest thing ever.
I'm scared of
I feel like I'm in
overwhelmed
like a ski jacket.
Thinking about it.
Oh, it's so nice.
That's terrifying.
Anyway, so I like to sleep like full face down and like it's funny because some of my friends have told me that as well. Like try it, it's the best position. Anyway, so that was literally what they were saying on the TikTok. I mean, obviously they didn't say suffocate yourself with the pillowcase.
Yeah.
They had like your cheek on the side, but they said like sleeping on your stomach, legs straight, arms by your side, head on the side. Like that is so bad for your spine.
There you go.
Which like makes sense why my back is so bad. Anyway.
Very interesting. I feel like death wish is almost worse than the psychopath. Like the psychopath makes sense. They can breathe.
No, like, yeah, I agree. The psychopath like knows they're a psychopath. Like they've accepted that.
The death wish.
The death wish is like,
in denial.
Bitch, I don't know if we gonna wake up tomorrow, but we gonna see. Tomorrow's a new day.
Oh dear.
Anyway. But it's so comfortable. I can't stop.
I don't want to try it.
I do
like
variate it sometimes. Obviously, if it's really hot or whatever, like I'll actually just have no blankets on and I'll just sleep on.
That is bizarre.
How bizarre. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little bit crunk.
Oh, me too. It's hit me, like it's gone straight to my head.
It's hitting me sideways.
What percentage is this?
It's 9.5.
9.5%. Yeah, 4 liters.
How many standards are in it?
I think like 30. 30 standards. I think we should... Actually, no. I was going to ask if you guys would like to see a drunk episode. How do you feel about that, Abby?
I reckon if we're not careful, this will turn into a drunk episode.
True. But a full one. If you guys want to see a full drunk episode.
We're brainstorming some fun things for the AA meeting, guys. And if you're interested... A drunk episode might be one of the ideas that we've got in that brainstorm.
If you're a professional person watching this, we're both over 21, so it's allowed.
Yes, obviously.
Okay, so we talked about what your sleeping position says about you.
Yes.
But what does your grocery store say about you? So you're chosen, the store you choose to shop at.
I chose to swap at myself.
I've had too much
the grocery store that you choose to purchase your... items of food.
That's the one.
Yeah, at...
Where do you shop, for starters?
Okay, so, long story. I will pack it in. Let us begin. Here comes the British accent, guys. I will shorten it for us, but my entire life was a Coles girl.
Were you?
Right, Coles girl. And like, I'm not throwing anything out there, but I feel like Coles is the superior one.
Okay.
Out of them all. Generally because it's just more expensive.
What? Then why would you shop there?
Well, my mum used to shop there.
Right.
And like I just used to, so I would go there, right? But then since living with you and living with Yaz and like you guys, you know, worked at Woolworths, sorry to expose you like that.
It's all right.
But since you guys worked at Woolworths, I changed to Woolworths because then I would go and visit you guys and chat to you guys. But yeah, so I would go to Woolworths. But if I'm being honest, I have never shopped at Aldi in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I've only ever been with another person. Yeah.
There you go.
What about yourself?
I've been to all three and like IGA because there's an IGA near my parents' house. But that's like IGA is like a corner store. You know, you only go there if you need like bread quickly or something.
Yeah.
I've always been a Woolies girl, and then I worked at Woolies for 4 years. I quit last year. And so while I was working there, I'd always shop at Woolies because I had like the loyalty card, so I got like the team discount. But I think like it depends on what you're raised with. Like I was raised with Woolies. Like you said that your mum went to Coles, and I think it also depends on your local store. Like even if there's a Woolies and Coles down the road,
where you're situated.
Yeah. If it's a nice Woolies and kind of a shit Coles, then you'll probably be a Woolies person.
Yeah, I agree.
You know. Whereas if they have a really great Coles near you, but not a great Woolies, then you'd probably be a Coles.
What's your
person.
opinion of Aldi?
I think at the start it was great because they used to have really cheap prices, and it's gone up a bit.
Really? I feel like Aldi, the way that it's situated. So if you don't know, basically you're walking down the aisles, okay? On your left, whatever, milk, cheese, starts to go into fruit, veg, whatever, okay? On your very far right, on the other side of the wall, your packaged stuff, chips, all that kind of stuff, right? Biscuits, cereal, yep. In the middle aisle, the most random stuff you'll ever see,
So
right?
strange,
They sell bikes.
Yeah.
They sell air fryers. They sell camping equipment. Okay, so I feel like when I'm walking through Aldi, I really feel at home because I feel like it's how my brain works. So I'm walking through and I'm like, yep, there's the cheese. Yep, there's the milk. Ooh,
Bikes.
a kayak. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I think, and it refreshes all the time. Like, I reckon companies must just like sell their random shit to Aldi.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a weird like marketplace. You know, Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah.
Like, people just put up their stuff for Facebook Marketplace, but it's in the middle of Aldi.
Yeah.
Because they have, that's where I got my, I got car seat covers and like one of those car visor things for the sun from Aldi.
Yeah, they always have weird things like that.
They have skiing equipment, as in like a ski jacket. We live in Australia. It's 30 degrees almost every day.
Yeah.
They have the weirdest stuff in there.
Yeah. Aldi always has like, you know, when you need to buy something random and you go, where would I even get that from? And you have to Google to be like, where can I find
like a miniature set of bowling. So a miniature, what are they called? Bowling pins, a miniature bowling ball.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff.
You will find it at Aldi.
You'll find it at Aldi.
That's very true.
Yeah. Like, so I like going there, but I just can't commit to being one of the shoppers, especially because when you shop there, they don't bag your items for you.
No.
So they sit on a stool.
Yeah.
And they go beep, beep, beep with all the products and just fly. They just like swing
They
them
throw
across,
them at
right?
you, yeah.
And you've got to have great hand-eye coordination to shop at Aldi because you're like catching the bread rolls that they're like throwing up to the top left and then like you're like diving for the cheese.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And you're packing it yourself.
Yeah, true.
Like Aldi's just a whole nother world.
It's just a bit bizarre, isn't it?
Like I do feel at home there because it's so like all over the place.
Yeah, because it's a bit of a red hot mess.
Yeah.
And we're all about red hot messes.
Exactly.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. I'm glad we debunked that. You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah. And if you're international and don't know what any of those stores are, you're welcome for the journey.
Yeah.
You came along for the
You've
ride.
learned something new today.
Windows
so.
down for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Nice.
Okay. Shit we don't understand.
Shit that we do not comprehend.
No, it just doesn't make sense to us.
No, it just doesn't. Up here in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The light bulb's out.
There's just like
needs replacing.
there's just no one home.
There's
just
no
no
one
one home to switch the lights on.
Yeah.
But also there's no light bulbs in the first place.
No.
So we're really setting ourselves up.
Bunnings
for
was
failure.
all out of light bulbs
Yeah,
up
they were
there.
just sold out.
Yeah.
You know? Shit we don't understand. I will be guessing.
Mm-hmm.
How does a mirror do its thing?
How does it work its magic?
How does it work its magic? How?
Yeah. How can you, what's going on with a mirror? How do you look at it and it just looks back at you? What's with that?
How am I there?
Yeah. Let's
Right?
figure that out together.
Okay, this is going to be really weird. Okay, so we just said, why is it looking back at me? Guess number one. Inside of each mirror is a complete alternate universe
Jesus.
of yourself,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
But like I'm the main character in that universe. Like, you know how your mum told you when you were younger, the world doesn't revolve around you. Well, yes, it does, Mum, in that mirror.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Well, fuck you too.
Conspiracy theory wise, that might be correct.
Right.
But we're talking science wise because this is a science podcast.
Right.
Off you go.
Right. Guess number two. I think it has something to do with like the way that the light reflects off it. Oh, who's that walking past? Guess number two, I think it has something to do with like the light and the way that like the light is reflected off the mirror or like off the, because it is essentially a plane of glass, right? Is that correct or incorrect?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
On some level, it's like
It didn't read that part.
Glass, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that just the way that the light reflects off that glass, maybe the light reacts with whatever, like, I don't know, atoms or something that are made up of that glass, and it reflects you. Like it reflects what is in front of it.
Correct.
No way!
Well, it says when rays of light coming from an object, for example, your face, strike the smooth surface of a mirror, they bounce back at the same angle. Your eyes see these reflected These reflected rays of light as a mirror image. If a smooth surface absorbs the rays of light, they can't bounce back and there'll be no reflection. So
basically it's so smooth that when the light hits it, it like reflects off immediately.
It bounces
it's
back.
so smooth.
Yeah.
So basically you're looking at light of yourself.
So there you go. That's correct. Well done.
I'm correct.
You are correct.
In this state, I'm correct.
Correct.
In the state of New South Wales.
That's what I thought you meant at first. Maybe we should get drunk for every shit we don't understand.
Right.
All right. Question of the podcast
Is...
What did you think was normal in Australia, but would be very strange if you were in a different country?
Yeah.
Do you have any?
Insects/animals, right?
Okay.
So Australia's kind of renowned for their like dangerous...
Yeah.
Danger zone. Highway.
Dangerous. Oh, that sounds good.
Danger
Touch me,
zone.
baby, like
Okay, so you sing a TikTok song.
It's
I
a
sing
medley.
Like an 80s
Yeah.
song. So basically Australia is full of different like dangerous animals, insects. Like we have all the most dangerous like venomous snakes, spiders.
Yeah.
Like it's so common to have a spider, a snake, cockroaches, like just within your house.
There was one in the shower the other day.
Yeah, like they're just everywhere. Like,
yeah,
it's just,
a cockroach. I mean, not a snake.
It's just, we just had a snake, and it was like our pet snake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but like even back in Queensland, like it was just so normal that like every spring that there was like snakes around, right? Because they've just come out of like whatever. Like,
especially where your parents are.
There's in like the bushland. And stuff. Like it's just so common to have snakes or have massive spiders. Like it's just so common to have animals and insects, right? But then like in other countries, they don't even. Like some of them have never seen a snake before.
That's
or
nuts.
A cockroach, or like they'll freak out if there's like I don't know like a beetle or something.
Yeah.
When like we literally just have beetles and stuff every single day.
Yeah.
Like
that's crazy because I don't reckon there would be many 5-year-olds in Australia that haven't seen a snake in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
There you go.
Anyway, what do you think?
In Australia, it's really common to like walk into like grocery stores or like whatever with no shoes on. Like it's so common to not have shoes on.
Oh yeah, to not wear shoes.
But like I feel like in other countries that's not a thing. Like
true.
You know, you'd never see if you saw someone without shoes on, you'd be like, what is that guy doing?
Like, why is there a hobo buying groceries?
But people just don't wear shoes here.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's a thing.
Speak for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually goes on with what I'm about to say is that like beaches. Like it's just so common in Australia, especially if you live, I guess, on the east or like the west coast, that you're just like, oh yeah, like I'll just go to the beach after work, or like I'm gonna go to the beach for a swim and then I'll go like do my groceries, I guess, and I'm not wearing shoes because I've just gone in the water. Like just going to the beach is normal. Yeah. Whereas in other countries, like a lot of them, if you're in Europe and stuff,
like right in the middle there,
they're in the middle of other countries. They don't have beaches.
There's no beach in their country.
Exactly.
Think of
so
that.
they have to travel across countries to go to a beach, and then yet again, those beaches, like no offense, they're like pretty shit compared to what we have here. You know what I mean?
I find it so weird that like Australia is an island. Like we don't have any other countries attached. Imagine just like driving 20 minutes to Germany. Isn't that crazy?
Like by accident you take the wrong turn and you're like in Uzbekistan.
Yeah, that's
Do you know
nuts.
how crazy is that?
Oh, speaking of shoes.
Yeah.
Did you know that shoeies are kind of only a thing here? Like that's not like...
I did kind of know that, but like I'm surprised that other countries haven't caught on to that.
Or like adopted the... Yeah.
So do you want to tell us what a shoey is?
Okay, so a shoey is when you drink your drink out... You pour it into your shoe and then you drink it out of your shoe.
So it doesn't matter what shoe you're wearing. Any shoes.
I don't know why that's a thing because it's kind of gross.
It is kind of gross. But like it's like do a shoey. So basically if you're wearing runners or trainers, like that's great because then you pour your whole drink in there, then you're able to you drink your whole drink from your shoe.
Yeah.
I have seen a shoey done from thongs.
No. How did that work?
In Australia though, thongs are flip-flops. Yeah. Yeah. So not like your underwear.
That'd be a whole
but
different
basically
thing.
I've been at a party where someone's had to do a shoey and they're like pushing up each side of the thongs, like so that it makes like a little, I guess,
like a U.
Yeah, like a little U, like a little, I guess, little tunnely thing for the drink to go. The drink did go everywhere, but a little bit of it did go in their mouth, and they did a shoey with their thong.
It's kind of impressive,
right?
All right then. Yeah, but shoeys aren't a thing everywhere.
Yeah,
apparently.
shoeys. I know, right? As well as that, like going on from shoey is just like abbreviating things. Like I feel like you and I actually abbreviate things a lot.
Yeah.
As in slang, like
seccy.
Short language.
We say seccy all the time.
We say seccy, which means security guard.
Yeah.
Like everything is shortened in Australia. And then other countries are confused as to what we're talking about. Like, we'll call like a bottle shop, like where you buy alcohol for, like a liquor store, like the bottle-o.
That's the bottle-o.
Like that's the bottle-o, you know? And everything's just shortened here.
Yeah.
And then other people think that we're talking another language.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't understand why they don't shorten it. You save breath.
Yeah. It's healthy.
It's probably better for you.
I agree.
You know?
I have one more.
What is that?
I couldn't think of any more, so I Googled some things that people found weird in other countries.
Right. Hit us with it.
Did you know that a lot of countries, when you press the button to cross a road and it has the little red and green man?
Yeah.
A lot of countries don't have the noise with it. You know how ours goes buck, 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 buck for you to cross the road?
Like a chicken?
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of people don't have the buck, buck man. It's just a light and you have to pay attention to the light.
That's true, actually. I remember being in America.
Do they not have the noise?
And I was like, wait, why is everyone walking? And that's because the man was like in the walking position, but there was no noise.
Yeah, so in Australia, when there's the green man showing, there's a really loud noise with it, so you know it's time to go.
Yeah. Maybe we're just easily distracted.
Maybe. Because what, do you have to sit there and watch the red man until he turns green?
Well, actually, in America, they're not red and green.
What colours are they?
So, no, they're not colours.
What colours are they?
Hamid. No, they're not colours.
What?
I can't remember exactly what it is, but I remember when we were in LA, one of them is like a man walking, but he's in like a grey kind of
I've seen it in movies and stuff.
And then somewhere else in America, it literally says the words "Don't walk."
Wow.
Or like a circle with the cross through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. In Australia, it's either a red man, which means no, or a green man, which means go.
Yeah. And if the green man's flashing, it means hurry up.
It means hurry the fuck up because someone is about to hit you.
Yeah.
You know
and it makes a loud noise with it.
Yeah. It goes
Yeah.
when you're in the like last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And it counts down in America. It goes like 30, 29, 28.
Wow.
Across the road.
Australia's pretty simple, hey? We need to hear the noise and go, yes, I go now.
Yeah, I bok now. You know what's crazy is Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
When she was in Australia, like they listened to the beepy thing to cross the street and she was like, that's insane. Like, what is that? And you know how her and her brother Phineas are very like artsy, I would say, and creative and think out of the box in the way that they like produce and make their music. She was like, Phineas, record this, and made him get a voice memo recording the like the bok noise crossing the road, and that's in the background of Bad Guy.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you have your phone? I want to play it for you. If you listen carefully, if you listen carefully in the background, it has this like in the background.
Okay. Go.
Hey guys, it's me, Abby. So basically we can't use the Billie Eilish one because of copyright, so I'll just sing it. I'm the bad guy that do 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 do.
It is there.
So that's the Australian walkie man saying that you're allowed to cross the road and that you're not going to get hit by a car.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is so cool that she used that. Yeah. But I didn't even realise till today that wasn't a thing anywhere. Or like in other countries, I'm sure it's a thing, but in a lot of countries, it's not a thing. Yeah. That's nuts.
It is nuts.
And they have to like pay attention to the road and shit.
Yeah, God forbid. Look, I don't know about you, Amy, but my drink is definitely empty.
Oh, so is mine. It's all gone. There's none to be seen.
It's done. It's done. And with that...
So are we.
So are we. Speaking of we... I'm ready to use the toilet.
Oh, okay. She's breaking the seal. Make sure you follow our TikTok, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow all of our stuff on, like, if you listen on Spotify, make sure you follow the AA meeting on Spotify because that really helps us be shown to new listeners.
Yes, exactly. Leave us a rating and a review on Google Podcasts.
And send us a message if you do so we can go check it out, please.
Yeah, because we like to reshare what you guys do as well. Like if you post us on your Instagram story, tag us in it. We'll literally repost
We will.
Like, anything like that. Like if you're doing something involving the AA meeting, like tag us in it or just send it to us. Like we want to share it because like we want to say a big thanks because we've actually been getting some really great feedback from you guys and it's really nice to hang out. We say that all the time, but it's so nice to like talk to you guys and like because I feel like we're just hanging out with our friends. Yeah. And it's nice to like have our friends say something back to us.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we just want to say a really big thank you to you guys. Also to our sponsor of the episode, Gune.
Shout out, Gune. Love you.
And we're looking at some really, really cool things to come in the future, Amy.
Yeah. I hate when people say that. I said this last week. Oh, big things coming, but I can't tell you.
Guys, no, there's some...
Wait.
Like, this is one of the big things, obviously, like this episode that we've just done, and we're so grateful for it.
Yeah.
But we do have some really cool things coming.
Yeah.
And we're really, really excited to, like, share that with you guys because we're, you know... To quote High School Musical again, we are all in this together.
We really are.
And... we love you.
We really do. Things like this wouldn't happen for us if it weren't for you. So
I know,
I'm really grateful.
And you hear people say that and you're like, oh, yeah, whatever. No, but like we really mean it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you guys, like we wouldn't have this.
No, exactly. Thank you so much. With that, we'll see you for our 18th birthday.
We're 18 next episode.
Let's go, episode 18.
Wow.
Woohoo.
Well, we'll see you then.
We will. We'll be right here on this couch. Having a good time.
As we are all day, every day.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Woohoo! Bye.
You!
Welcome to my up home. I'm Lil Shorty, these my hoes. This is how we run this shit. Piss Olympics, let's go!
There's a fly in here.
I bet it flies past the camera.
She'll fly, don't bother me.